My name is Manas Garbala.
And my name is Yam Patel.
And my name is Clark Moran.
And this is our physical model for our city, Euphoria.
Keep in mind that this is only a certain part of our city, so this is like the urban region of our city, so don't think that it's the entire thing, because we didn't want to turn it into the entire urban board. So the reason why we chose the name Euphoria for our city is because Euphoria means, by definition, a state of excitement and happiness, and that's what exactly our city brings to its citizens. For example, Euphoria provides luxurious lifestyle for its citizens.
Euphoria is located in 30 degrees north and 75 degrees west, and is set in the year 2225.
The temperature in Euphoria is around 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 8 degrees Fahrenheit, and depending on the season. In summer, we have warm days, and in winter, we have icy cold days.
There are many reasons that make Euphoria an innovative and futuristic city.
The many reasons that Euphoria is a futuristic and innovative city is because of the multiple ways that we utilize clean energy into our city, such as from hydroelectricity, wind power or wind turbines, and solar panels. And we also have utilized solar roadways, which not only power our city, but can also charge the cars or power our cars that are on the way there.
We also have maglev stations for transportation too. And the maglev stations will take you to job areas where you could go to the surrounding buildings.
For example, maglev system, how it works is that there are stations that also act as a stands for the maglev system itself. And what happens is that passengers, they board up this building and many of these other buildings, and then they enter to the station, and then they ride across the entire city in them. And then when they want to stop, they just stop over here, and they walk their way down, and then they can go near the buildings that are nearby them. Also, this is a way for the school district to get its transportation. For example, this is our school, and what happens is that when students want to get to their school, what they can do is that they can travel on maglev itself, and then they can reach over here, and they can go down, and then they'll get to school.
In order for our city to be a self-sustainable city, we have to utilize the 4 R's in our city: reduce, reuse, recycle, and rot. For the first part, we use the reduce part, where the reduce part is where we use nanomachines in order to in order to decompose trash. And on the bottom here, it demonstrates that the nanomachine causes spinning motion onto the fan, where every time the nanomachine decomposes the trash, it releases hydrogen and carbon dioxide into the air.
The reason why we did some research on hydrogen and carbon monoxide, which we were saying that the nanomachine produced, because today in today's society you're starting to create technology, and if we were to fast forward to the 23rd century, which is when Euphoria exists, then the nanotechnology will have become very advanced, and nanotechnology could take particles and transform into a useful resource, which is hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Now, keep in mind that when you transform carbon monoxide into hydrogen, and then you turn the pure hydrogen and burn it in an area with pure oxygen, you generate electricity, and you have only an emission of water. So you're getting clean energy, you're reducing trash, and you have no bad pollution.
The second R is reuse. Euphoria will reuse its items. Euphoria has facilities that will take electronics and other items and repurpose them and make new items for our citizens.
Third strategy is a recycle strategy. What happens in the recycle strategy is that old items are taken, and they're taken by facilities, and what happens is that valuable items such as gold, copper, nickel, they're scrapped away from the items themselves, and then they are stored as materials for use in newer items. Therefore, we're not harvesting new materials, we're putting old materials back into circulation. Therefore, we're not mining away at the resources of our island.
The fourth and final strategy is the raw strategy. The raw strategy is composed when food waste from before the citizens go into these compost tanks, and these compost tanks have specialized worms, which these worms will eat away at the food waste, and that food waste will transform to a certain type of compost, which can then be made through the process and into vermi compost. And that vermi compost can be sold to companies for greenhouses in order to make them nice. So
In the greenhouses themselves, Euphoria wants to be self-sustaining, and the reason to achieve that was not to rely on nearby areas for food and water. So what we've done here is that we have created greenhouses in also our buildings, and these buildings will grow greenhouse area, will grow plants, vegetables, and all the stuff that the citizens require to live. And this way, we prevent that needing to rely on other places. For example, this entire place under here, you guys might not be able to see it, but it's an entire greenhouse.
We also have high-rise apartments. We have 4 high-rise apartments, and we have recreation areas for citizens to enjoy and play sports.
The reason why we chose community centers in Euphoria is because we want to bring a sense of community in our place. Therefore, people can have fun together, and it just fits together with the ideal of our city, which is happiness and excitement.
one more thing is that in order if we want to add, just in case we have a blackout, we have an extra part down here where the water transfers from the ocean.
Please end your presentation. The 7-minute time limit is up. The judges may now ask questions.
The first question will be, what measures have been taken to protect your city from natural disasters?
Well, Euphoria itself, we have created a disaster-proof system. The thing is that since the height of this, the maximum height is 20 inches, we weren't able to show it, but what the idea is, like the idea itself, is that there's a dome that can be activated during events of emergency such as hurricanes and typhoons and earthquakes themselves. And since we are located in the Atlantic Ocean, there are chances that typhoons, or in other words, hurricanes can come, and the good way to protect that is by using the domes themselves. These domes are close over the city, and that will protect the citizens and the buildings themselves from being destroyed. That way, less money is used for destroyed items and destroyed property.
Wait, was he going to answer the question? In what ways will waste be different in the future?
Waste will be different because there will be more and more waste due to overpopulation. The way our population is growing right now is going to keep on continuously increasing and increasing. So the amount of waste is going to increase. So more so electronic waste is going to be the priority here. So in order to prevent that, we made specialized waste management plans where we can decompose the trash aspect from our 4 R's.
And to add on to that, that's the function of our nano machines, to break down the trash itself, because we don't want to rely on landfills to do the work, because landfills, in the end, will probably fill up, and then we need to create more landfills, and that destroys the purpose of a futuristic city. Therefore, we use nano machines to break down items such as that.
And also, like electronic parts, that from old electronics, we can use that to make new electronics and items for our citizens.
What engineering challenges did you face during the design of your city and as it grew, and how did you address those challenges?
Well, when we were engineering our model, a key problem we were having was structure. You see, we use 2 bolts, and the thing is that, and keeping in mind that this is a very heavy part itself, this and all the buildings on top of it. That's a very heavy component itself. The thing is that we need to put that on top of another floor. So we need to use a lot of wooden pegs to distribute the weight properly. And we use glue to hold them together so they stay fastened and secure.
For say your recycling system broke down for whatever reason, what fail-safes do you have in place to be able to manage that situation?
When you mean by fail-safe, do you mean like, for example, there's no sunny days, some things that prevent like energy from being harnessed from the...
Exactly.
Well, we use hydroelectricity, and the thing is that the waves themselves, they generally never tend to stop. And we use the waves themselves to harness, to create energy by using hydroelectricity pumps.
There's also a backup generator on the second floor. It's not visible from where we are, but the water goes down this tube and after it travels onto another tube into the generator, so just in case our energy ever fails, we always have a backup for it.
And generator, a part of it is it uses nuclear power, so that can be controlled with water itself, because nuclear power plants require water, and the water is easily provided by the oceans themselves.
And as we said earlier, the hydrogen that we learned to make water, we store that water. It's in case like the water system has gone bad, we'll use that stored water as energy or as drinking water.